All right, so this is my 2016 Mark 7 GTi. It's the SE trim with performance pack, and it's a 6-speed manual. And I get a ton of questions on what's done to this thing. Is it wrap? Is it paint? So specifically the subreddit of Golf GTi, I get a lot of questions about this car, so I'm gonna answer all of them here today. So first question I always get, is this paint or is it wrap? And this is a wrap. This is from KPMF. It's called Gloss Hypnotic Black Violet. It's actually kind of a rare color. You can't really get your hands on it. It keeps selling out, and it's been sold out for over a year now. So because of that, the car is still silver underneath it. So if you open up the door jambs, reflex silver. We went ahead and we PPF'd the entire front end. Just in case we got rock chips, we didn't want the silver to show, and we did not want to run out of vinyl to replace it. So we just went ahead and we protected the entire front end. It's also ceramic coated with, I think, Expel Fusion Pro. It also just kind of sits in the garage, a temperature controlled garage, to preserve the life of this wrap, because I want this to last a long time. It wasn't cheap to do this. And then I guess we'll go over all the aesthetics. So we have a maxed in design kit all the way around. Gloss black, front lip, side skirts, rear diffuser. And we also added a pinstripe, a yellow pinstripe all the way around. We're gonna be sending out the headlights to this place in New York that can successfully remove the headlights and separate them to yellow. I think it'll be very different. It'll kind of set this GTi apart from others. Other little aesthetic mods. So when we wrapped the car, we actually did the inlays, and then we did a gloss black Volkswagen emblem up front and in the rear. These fog light inlays, I got these from Europe. They don't make them in the United States. I could try to find the link if people want to buy these, but I think it adds a nice touch. It's gloss black. Other aesthetics, everybody asked me about wheel fitment. What do I got going on? So these are VMRs, VMR 802. They make them in 18-inch, but I specifically asked VMR if they could make these in 19-inch. And they also went ahead and cut the center bore to fit the OEM hub, so I didn't have to run wheel spacers. So the offset is plus 35. These are 19-inch and 235 with wheels. Gives it a perfect flush fitment. As for suspension, we're just on VMR springs on the stock suspension, and I'm pretty happy with it. I think we're gonna eventually do air ride, maybe some coilovers in the future. As for other aesthetics, we painted the calipers Porsche Racing Yellow, and I think we're going to change them out to the Porsche calipers, the Porsche Cayenne 6 pistons. This spoiler, I bought it privately off of a guy on Instagram that was selling his Golf R over in Germany, and this is like a no-name brand, but I loved it. It's unique, it's different. I don't think anyone else has it but me. If I had a brand name, I would tell you guys, but I don't. We went ahead and we did the BMP Tuning Illuminator Series taillights. It was a pain in the ass to get these installed with the wiring harness and the coating, but they are functional. The dynamic turn signals work. I think it really updated the rear end. It was expensive, but it was worth it to me, because these small details are what separate it from other Mark 7s. Other aesthetics, we went ahead and we did the carbon fiber steering wheel. This is custom made from somebody that we know, and we went with a sport shifters custom shift knob wrapped in Alcantara. It's 300 grams in weight. And I think I'm gonna actually sell this steering wheel and do an Alcantara steering wheel and do an Alcantara boot. We have the P3 digital gauge. This thing was awesome. I love how they designed this. They just go right into the right into the vent. As for power, we're running the IS38 Golf R turbo on this APR Stage 3 flash tune. We have a high flow catted downpipe from 034 Motorsports, and then it's made it to the APR catback. It's not that loud at all, but it screams on the top end. And with that, we have the integrated engineering V1 intake. I'll pop the hood. So there's the integrated engineering V1 intake turbo inlet from integrated engineering. There's the downpipe 034 Motorsports with the IS38 turbo. Not a lot happening under the hood. I'm pretty happy with just full bolt-ons. I think we're gonna do the front mount intercooler, but we're gonna keep it pretty stealthy. We're gonna have it black underneath the front grille. That should squeeze a little bit more power out of it. I think we're gonna do air ride or some coilovers with some sway bars. We're gonna do the Porsche racing or Porsche 6-piston calipers up front, and we're gonna powder coat those Porsche yellow. A half cage that I'm gonna powder coat also yellow as well. It's got a South Bend Stage 3 endurance clutch on it, single mass flywheel, and we did like maintenance such as like the Haldex was service because this has the limited slip differential, billet rear main seal when we did the clutch. It's just a full bolt-on GTI with a wrap. Other than that, yeah, I mean, a lot of small details with this car that kind of separate it from the others. The car is basically black during the nighttime, but when the sun hits it, you can see the color changes. But the roof is gloss black to match the sunroof. The mirrors are gloss black. The handles are gloss black. Like a little racing line decal that's gloss black. The emblems are gloss black with the purple inlays. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you have any other questions on this thing, I mean, this is what she looks like. But I hope I answered anyone's questions that they had about the car. Over the springtime and over the wintertime, we're gonna kind of tear it apart, squeeze a little bit more power out of it, like I said, and finish what I wanted to do with the headlights and the brakes and the suspension. We're just gonna try to get it to handle a little bit better, try to squeeze 400 wheel out of it. It's right around like 370, 380 wheel right now with the APR Stage 3 tune. I think we're gonna end up doing like United Motorsports or something when we put the front mount in it. The only thing I could think of are the tints. It's 20% all the way around and 50% on the windshield. Oh, another small detail that everyone misses is there's actually a matte black stripe from Racing Line that goes all the way along the car. It's hard to tell it's there, but it is. And it's another small detail that we put on the car. Mr. Turbo Hand, it's one of my good friends, Nick. He's the one that kind of maintains this car and put all the full bolt-ons on and did the tail lights. He does everything. As for the wrap, like I said, guys, unfortunately, you can't really get this wrap anymore. That's why it stays in the garage, so it doesn't get any rock chips. And like I said, we're also fully PPF'd. So, yeah, stay tuned. If you want to watch more videos, I'm going to be taking this thing apart and putting it back together over the winter time, trying to get it to where I want it to be. The car's not finished, but the headlights, it's the last thing that really bothers me, is the red does not go with the purple at all. That's why we painted the calipers and did the yellow stripes all the way around. I think once this is yellow, the car, I'll finally be happy with it.